Hi, welcome to Web Design Video Series. This is a list of suggestions how we should use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL. It is case sensitive. And I load the website here. Okay, so we can get our notes here. Let's see where we stopped. So we stop here, and before I forget, please collapse your curtain layer and lock your curtain layer so we do not accidentally mess up anything. Okay, so we finished the index.psd file and we want to send this to the client. Obviously, you cannot send the index.psd file to your client because they probably don't have Photoshop to open the file, and this Photoshop file is huge. So if you look at a file which is in CTEM Web Design 2024 Church 21 Design Prototype, this file is 20 megabytes. Okay, some email servers will simply block it. So you have to export it as a JPEG. Everybody can read JPEG, and then it can be done. Okay, before I do that, we're going to create a JPEG file here that only contain the one that we need to send to the client. Okay, and we also need to during this video, we are going to export as a simple JPEG file. You can send that to your client by email. And to go one step further, you can create a simple HTML document to embed that JPEG file to show the client what you want them to see on the internet. Okay, obviously it's just a prototype, nothing is clickable and all that. So to do that, we are going to export. We are going to put the HTML file in this folder, 22 HTML. Okay, so let's quickly go in and create a new, right-click, new folder. Let's call it images, IMAGES with an S. So we're going to put our image there. And then here we're going to do something, okay? All right. So first you want to get only the part that is in the image. So use the rectangular marquee tool, select this part. Okay, and then do an edit. Copy merged. Copy merged. Click on that. And then we're going to create a new document, file new. The size of the keyboard will be what the copy merge is, okay? 1140768 and all that, okay? So pick the default, create. So you create a new document, okay? And then we do edit paste. So this is just one layer, for the client. Before I mess up anything, let's close the index. Come over here, select, deselect, file save, and close the index. Okay, so this is the one layer file. So you are not going to mess up your index file. Anything goes wrong, you can go back. Let's do a file, save as, save into the same folder. No, sorry, save into CTEM Web Design 2024 Design Prototype. Let's call it index underscore client, CLIENT. So you're going to send this to the client. And we have to export the file as a JPEG because this is still a PSD file. So let's do a file export. Export as JPEG file. Let's do the highest quality 7, which is like 543 kilobytes. Still pretty small for email, you know. So let's just do a export, and we're going to export to the different folder. C drive, temp, web design 2024, church 22 HTML with design images subfolder. Note that we are sending it to a different folder. Save. Okay, so we are done. Let's do a file save and close your Photoshop. No, don't close the Photoshop. Just close the. Yeah, let's just leave it first. Just don't close Photoshop yet. We still need it. Okay, so let's look at so let's look at CTEM Web Design 2024, Church 22 HTML. Look at images. So if you look at this file, right-click Properties, Details. This file is 1140 times 768, pretty much close to the Bootstrap dimension that we need, right? So if you email this to the client, so let's open this with Photos. It's a simple it's a simple photograph or image file. So you can send this to your client. Clients know what it looks like. They may be happy, give you some comments, feedback, all that. But this is not a website. So sometimes people want to see like what does it look like exactly on a website with background and all that. To do that, we are going to create a very simple website here with a background. Okay, let's make a background first. Go back to your Photoshop. Let's do File New. The width of the file will be 1 pixels. You heard me, 1 pixels. The height of the file will be 100. Okay, so it's a 1 times 100 really thin piece of stripe that you're going to repeat in the X coordinates. Okay. Background content. I can choose my background color here. So let's choose my background color 1111111, which is something pretty dark but not totally black. Okay. All right. And then say create. Let's see what will happen. All right, so you created a very simple file, 1 times 100 pixels. Background is 111111, which is really dark. Okay, save this file as save into the 21 design prototype. Save it as file name background, BACKGROUND background. And then we're going to export this as high quality JPEG, really small file, into CTEM Web Design 24, Church 22, images. Let's just call this file background. Save. Okay. And save your work. Now I can close the Photoshop. I don't need the Photoshop anymore. Okay. So now in CTEM Church 22 HTML with design principles, you have 2 images, and we are going to use that to make a website. Okay. And because it takes a lot of time to make a website, I'm not going to type the whole thing in this video, or else it will take too long. So I'm going to copy and paste from my website, but I'm going to copy and paste stage by stage, so you see what it looks like. So let's do a new, right-click new text document. Let's call this index.htm. Are you sure? Yes. And then since it's just a simple document, we'll just open it in Notepad++. Right-click Notepad++. We'll just type it here. I'm sure everybody remember how to create a simple HTML document like HTML, head, and all that, but I don't have time in this video. I don't want to type. I'm just going to come here and download, and then I'll explain what happened. So if you come here and click on copy the code for index.html, you will see a very simple code, right? So let me just copy everything first. Okay, and I'm going to take out all the CSS first, so the file is easy to see. Okay, so I have a doc type and all that kind of good stuff. And in the body, I have an image linked to index. Obviously, I did not call my file index, so you have to change it. I call my file index client, so you have to change this to index client. Control S to save. Let's see what it looks like. So if you put this on the internet, okay, you will see a very simple, like a website, okay, with image. So there's nothing in the head except the title called under construction, and then there's nothing in the body except one image called index client. So it's like, hey, this looks really good, but this is not a website. I want to make it look like a website. So what we can do is use the background. Okay, sorry. We can use the background, change the font family, and then use the background. And then let's see what it looks like. If we copy these two sets of things, put it here, Control S to save. So this would be background image, repeat X. And where is my Firefox? Come here, reload. You will have a background image with a little bit of black stuff on the top. Okay, but this is not center, so what you can do is just copy this code, put the image left and right auto, they will be center. Come over here, reload is center. Okay, so at this stage you can send this to your client. Obviously nothing is clickable, okay, it's just an image, but your client would think that the website looks like this. Obviously it's just an image, it's not responsive. So they will tell you give you some feedback, comments and all that, so hopefully it will help you to improve your website, and then they can sign off and start paying you, so on and so forth. So yep, that's a good place to stop. The next stage, okay, would be, so you build a prototype, you show client what it looks like. The next stage would be to transform this to actual HTML that actually is responsive using Bootstrap. Okay, that's the next stage, the next thing we are going to do. Okay, so for now we have a mock-up website with a JPEG file for the client. You can email the JPEG file to the client, you can put it on the internet, send the whole link to the client so they can give you feedback. All right, so that's a good place to stop. Thanks for watching.